Welcome to yet another tutorial. So in this tutorial today we are going to see how we can load test the any software, any distributed software, but in our case we are going to use the distributed cache that we wrote from scratch when you are learning distributed system in the previous videos. I'll attach the video here so that you can go take a look at how it works. So this is the repo. I'm just going to test it with the scripts that we had. So how this thing works is we have a cache. We are going to spin 4 nodes of the cache. Let me open the makefile so that we can see. So each server, we have servers running from port 8060 through to 8063, and each server has its peers. So how this works is when the main server receives a request, it will cache it and then distribute it to all its peers. So as you can see, we have a ring so that server 8060 has peers 8061, 8062 and 8063, and if you check at server 8063, it has peers 8060, 8061 and 8062. So how this works is our server will, if 8063 receives a cache request, it will store it in memory cache and then distribute it to 8060 so that any retrieval from all these nodes will be possible. So this is how we run. This is how we run all our servers. You can see here, and then this is how we stop them. So I'm just going to run the simple tests, and then so that you can see what happens. So I'll do a make all here, and all the servers have been started and their peers. Oh, I think there is something that is running in the background. So make stop, and then let's say make all. So all the servers have been started and they are running in the background. And then now let's see our replication, how we are going to test replication. So we will echo this. We are going to test this on 4 servers. So we will sleep for 3 seconds, and then we will start setting keys on all the nodes, and then we'll wait for another 3 seconds so that the replication can happen. And then now we will select servers at random and then try and get the keys from them. And then here also we'll set a cross test on server 1, and then we will try and receive it on all servers and see if the replication actually works. So I can run this by test. So as we can see, yeah, that works. So let's see the output log. So we set test 1 with key value hello on server 1, with world on server 2, and then distributed on server 3, and then key cache on server 4. And then we waited for 3 seconds, as I explained, to try and so that the replication can happen. And then we tried to get test 1 from 8060, that is the server that says hello. Then we tried to get test 1 from 8061, that was a peer. We tried that. And then also with key 2, we tried to get it on 8060. Remember, test 2 was set by server 2, so we can get all that, and all that happened for all those keys. And then also we set cross test key and the value replicated on server 1, and then we waited for some time for the replication, and then we tried to get the value with key cross tests from all the servers, and as you can see, we were able to get this. So our replication logic works really well. So if you want to see how we built this from scratch, there is a full video. So just an overview. We are using hash ring and hash nodes to know which requests go to which servers, and then we are using content headers to know when we need to replicate data received on a particular server, or when it's already replicated, so that we just store it. So some really cool stuff if you are curious about how distributed systems are built and how they run. So we are going to go into the load testing phase. So we are going to use K6. Yeah, so let's just take a look. Yeah, so this tool here, I recently came across it. So this is how you set up your JavaScript to run and all that. You can check the documentation of this. It's at k6.io. I think I can link it in the video description so that you can take a look. But let's go into writing the code. So how do we test? How do we do a load test for a server, a system like this via K6? So we can import HTTP from K6/HTTP. I'm not a JavaScript developer, so these can let's just copy from the documentation all these imports, and let's put them there. I don't know why some imports are colored. Oh, they are unused. So let's go over this. So what is happening here is we will need the HTTP to make requests to our cache servers, then check responses against expected conditions, and add delays between operation and track errors. So how do we configure the stages? So let's copy this from the docs also and put it here. So an explanation on this is, you check this line, we are going to ramp up. This is the ramp up phase. We are going to increase from 0 to 10 virtual users. Let's make it 100 virtual users, and then for a duration of 30 seconds. So in 30 seconds, we are going to have, let's have this as 1 minute. So for a duration of 1 minute, we are going to ramp up our virtual users from 0 to 100. And then we are going to sustain the load for 1 minute for 1 minute. We are going to sustain the load at 40 virtual users. This is, let's make it let's just leave this as at 10, and then we are going to ramp it up. For 1 minute we get to 10, and then for a duration of another 1 minute we are going to ramp down to 0. And then we have also set our performance thresholds. So what does this mean? We want 95% of the request to be completed in less than 500 milliseconds, and then the error rate must be below 10%. So how do you set this? You set this for accepted thresholds for your particular service. So we will need our cache endpoints. So let's have that here. So we have 4 servers. We are going to This is going to be the one running on port 63, and then now we'll have our main test function. So let's have it there, and let's talk about it. So what is this test function doing? So we will select a random cache server to distribute the load, and then we are going to generate. So here we are selecting a random cache server from our base URLs. So we are distributing the load, distributing the load, distributing the load. And then we are going to generate some random test data, which is going to be, the key is going to be, this is going to generate the key, and then the value is going to be date.now in epoch time. And then we are going to do the set operation. And then after the set operation, we are going here now, we are verifying that the set operation succeeded for that particular random server that we chose. And then we are going to sleep for 1 minute, so maybe 1 second. We are simulating real time, yeah, like you don't just set and get at the same time. So we are simulating real world usage here by sleeping for 1 second, and then we are going to do a get operation to retrieve the data. And then here again we are checking if the get operation is succeeded, and then we are waiting for, we are sleeping for another 5 minutes, half a second, and then trying again. So that's that. Let's do it, and then we can, I have in my makefile, yeah, I have command to run it. So let me expand this, and then I can do make load, and now it's running. Let's wait and see what goes on. So as you can see here, we are at 3 virtual users. Within 1 minute we should ramp up. Let's say what we had, yeah, at 1 minute we should be at 10, and then the next minute we need to sustain it at around 40. So let's see here. Yeah, so we are at 10. The next minute we should get to 40, and then we will sustain it somewhere there. So remember that these tests, you really need to know like what are acceptable thresholds for your service or system before you do the tests, so that at least you know, so that the results can make some sense. So let's wait. And then now we are at 40 at the second minute, and then now we are in the ramp down phase. So the third minute we should be at 0, and then we see the results. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, these are our results. So as you can see, uh, hmm, set status is 200, guest status is that was succeeded. So checks, we ran a total of 6,030 requests, that is 33.3191 requests per second. And then the checks that succeeded were 99, like 6,007. So this was 99.61%. And then the checks that failed were 0.38%. So what does this mean? uh, our server was so the threshold that we set, whoa, we have a problem because we have an error rate of 100 here. I don't know. Yeah, so get is returning um, some really weird things. So this is uh, this is the importance of actually doing these tests. So custom 23 out of, yeah, I'm going to investigate this and then maybe I'll have an update on this. So this will involve just digging inside the code and trying to figure out what actually is happening, why the returned data is not in the format that is expected. But as you can see, for the HTTP request duration, we are the P 95%, we are at 7.03, which is good, but then we need to investigate why this is the why this is the case. So thank you. If you found this helpful, please hit the subscribe button. Also tell a friend who would find such tutorials helpful, and see you in the next video.